All right. Well, thank you all for showing up. I think it's session 14. Is that right, Kevin? Does that jive with your notes?
Jives with my notes.
Okay, cool. It doesn't feel like it was 2 weeks ago that we played. It feels like it was 10 years ago for some reason. It's been quite a fall, I think, for many of us. But let's push ahead here and see where we get to tonight. As Sean, I was saying to the other guys before you got on, I've sort of just dropped into the seat here. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's one of those nights. There's not been a ton of forethought towards any of this, so we'll just see where the dice and your actions take you. Let's do a bit of a recap. Anybody other than Kevin, because Kevin often pulls the load, want to do a little bit of a recap? We actually, in terms of like events, not a ton of events happened in the last session, but remember you started the session looking at Riversnit from the hilltop at night. Right? There were fires, and you used your spyglass and all that sort of stuff. Who can tell us where it went from there?
Well, I mean, people were being tortured.
They were.
There were Rust brothers march around all over the place. A couple of dudes in some big armor. There were the women of Heem, or the ladies of Heem.
Sisters of Heem.
Yeah, and they were doing some kind of incantation and blowing red mist out their mouths. And I think we all freaked out because we knew what it was. And so we 180'd as quick as could be in our battered state. And then I think we stumbled upon, or at least we saw some kind of group off in the darkness, and we did not approach, right?
Sounds right.
That's correct.
And then they got attacked by something in the mist and got slaughtered, and we kept running. And then we tried to, I can't remember if we tried to camp at this point, but then there was the giant figure of flame in the armor stomping kind of in our direction. Right. Yeah, so we had to avoid that calamity. And we somehow did, even though it seemed to circle around back on us when we set camp and it just thundered past. We got lucky, I think. And somehow we rested for the night, did we not? And we're kind of by the riverside, many miles now from destroyed Riversnet.
You don't know it's destroyed. You have no idea.
It's destroyed. Stop it, Harrigan.
It's no longer
Stop playing with us. Stop toying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
They were camped outside. It was kind of a Burning Man kind of festival vibe going on.
A little too on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was some terrible stuff that you did witness there. I think you got the gist of it, Phil. Which there was a lot of like plunging headlong into darkness, fleeing, steered clear of the river, and then made your way back towards the river, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. And I think Wayne was at Askelon who knew the legend of Terramelda.
Right.
It was it's this basically haunted legendary armor that stalks the landscape looking for dwarves, looking for anything that gets in its way that she'll just tear apart. And I think you got ahead of it, saw it, got ahead of it, ran, and then it followed you essentially, maybe not even on purpose. And then you guys did like a to make sure it didn't see you, and it went by. So at this stage, if I remember correctly, you guys are headed east. It went east. So it was also kind of following the river, heading, eastern, in the eastern direction, but you let it go. So it's ahead of you now. If you were to pick up and go in that direction again, I think where we stopped, if you look at the map, if everybody's there,
mm-hmm.
This is as far east as you've been, I think. Last time you were here, you were in the water, and this is where you found the dory and where you found Lanaya. Lanaya was the Askelon woman who was ill with the blue plague in the boat that you eventually abandoned not too far from where you're camping, if you remember right. And then maybe the last piece of color I will add here is that not too far from where you are, I think you guys are hugging pretty close to the river and the hex that you're in. Not too far are those totems that Askelon believes the elves, the Red Runners, have erected, which are basically these wooden warning signs, these posts driven into the ground that are basically telling humans, come any further and you can imagine what will happen. Right. So you guys are kind of between that and the river and don't have a ton of room. Wayne or Sean or Kevin, have we missed anything? What are they, anything that's hanging out there that we didn't talk about from last week or last 2 weeks?
Stas totally did some hunting.
He did.
Some successful hunting.
I think he needed to.
Did get something.
I think we the only thing I would add, and it's just we don't know this, but we surmised that Termalda probably didn't sleep. So we're kind of assuming that she's probably been chugging along for a couple of hours. I mean, at least a quarter day. Even though she's going the same kind of direction, she's probably pretty far on ahead of us by this time. But she's not fast. But I was kind of thinking like a ship at sea. It's not moving really fast, but it just doesn't stop moving. So,
yep. I'll tell you what, if you're looking carefully at the map, you can actually see a little trail that I've drawn. Hopefully you can see that. I believe that's the overall direction that she would have been traveling. I think you saw her here, and you saw her here, and as she left, she was headed in this direction, if that makes sense. Essentially following the water. I mean, not like she's at the water's edge, but definitely following the contours of the land as it flows eastward. And you can see from east of your position where the river starts to widen and slow down and become maybe a delta. There's some, it's starting to. There's some little islands and all sorts of stuff that are in there. You can see that.
Okay, so the other part that I don't think we touched on is that and this may just have been what Askelon was thinking, but he was kind of hopeful that we might be able to enlist some aid for the people of Riversnet from the I guess it'd be the half elves, right? Is that right?
Yes, the half elves you're talking about we talked briefly about Maidenholm, about the Isle,
right,
where the druids and the half elves sort of are rumored to have a they've made their home there, and you've heard of it far to the east of here. Not super far, but not like around the corner.
I think it was certainly Askelon's hope that as we went that direction, we could speak to them and tell them about what's going on. So
got it. Yep. Okay. Kevin/Garm, anything? What was Garm's take on all this stuff? This flight. Because you were also leaving some orcs behind, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Although you didn't lay eyes on them.
No. Garm seeing those guards that were strung up on those X structures, kind of thinks that those orcs are not long for the living. They don't have at least the blessing of being human that the Rust brothers may like. His mindset right now is probably along the same as Askelon's. At least get east and tell somebody that they've got an army and that they're summoning and riling up the dead to come with them. And then go north.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was something else that you guys spotted with the spyglass, I think, was the restless dead who normally shamble around sort of their own accord and in chaotic fashion, bumping into each other and whatnot, were lined up like they were in a troop, like a regiment. And Conn, I think we talked about you knowing that this is a trick of the Rush brothers when they go to a place, is they raise the dead or they enthrall the dead who have already risen. Yeah. And definitely, just overall, I think you guys already get this, but the whole thing at Riversnet appeared to be not quite a siege, but definitely a camped out front, making a public display of the few people they had captured somehow. that we won't go into gory description of, but it was not good. And that's when you guys, I think, beat feet at that stage and saw some things in the mist and all the rest. So as we pick up, I think you have just rested, and there was some hunting and other stuff that went on as well. But you've been through quarter one of the 12th of summer, Wayne. I think the skies are clear. And I think we are transitioning right to quarter two is where we ended last time. Kevin, are you tracking on the same thing in your notes?
I had
Sort of.
quarter two was when Askelon rested, Garm trained, and Stas was successful in his hunting.
Oh, I
Does that make
misspoke.
sense?
I have the exact same thing. Q2,
Gotcha.
Stas hunts and traps the boar, Askelon rests, trains, and Conn keeps watch. We stop right before Q3, so I just have to change my 2 to a 3.
Yeah, and you last description I think you put in was that it was eerily quiet.
That's right. That's right. The rain has stopped. The skies are clear. There's no sign of any mist. Although you may remember, from all of your youth years ago, the mist kind of goes away during the day anyway. Right? The mist used to come at night is when it would come. So Q3 then. Now we're talking. So what happened, Kevin, is I've missed a moving my tracker here in Foundry.
No worries.
It's all right. So we're talking instead that it is supper time, right? And now I remember you guys let Terramelda go by and hunkered down for a whole quarter, basically, hunting, resting, etc. So this is now more like sun getting lower in the sky. Again, it is very quiet, with the exception of whatever you can hear the river south of you. What do the 4 of you plan on doing?
So it's Q3
from 6 to midnight. What are you doing?
right? So I've already slept, so I don't have to sleep again.
I think everybody's rested, aren't they?
Yeah, you just slept.
Okay, so I would like to train if I can have a quarter, but I'm also okay with staying up if other people need to sleep in Q3.
Get in character. What are you going to do? Talk about it.
I don't know. But do you need to cook, Stas?
I think. Well, is there a question on me being able to cook? I think that's the thing. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I don't know if
Just
anybody
because we
has
don't have
chef.
the gear?
Does no one have chef?
I have
I thought
chef, but chef says you gotta. Oh, for Pete's sake!
Have like a kitchen?
You got to have a full kitchen.
Yeah, cooking requires a fire. Okay, and takes a quarter day in a proper kitchen. You can cook to a dozen.
You can get
minutes.
more.
Okay, so I could cook.
Yep, you can do it. Right.
I cook.
Okay, so you're doing for the quarter.
So you're staying put. Okay.
I'm gonna eat some good food today, boys and girls. Cause I got what I get. Did I get a bear? What I
A
get?
boar.
A boar. Yeah.
Yeah, you killed the boar.
Some salted pork today.
Nice. I could keep watch or I could train something, totally up to what Conn's got on his plate.
I think I think I kept watch last quarter. So
Okay.
if we're staying put, I'd like to train this time and go sharpshooter too.
So you are.
Okay, I will keep watch then and let you guys train, and then I'll train in the last quarter.
You sure?
You
We
guys
could
wanna
flip flop.
I won't have to sleep the last quarter. So if somebody else, well, wait a minute though, but all 3 of you are going to have to sleep.
That's a good point.
I will go hunt again, and then I will rest while I'm hunting. It calms me.
You've done enough.
All right. So let me dial back. So you're about 20, 25 miles east of Riversnit, right? So you put some pretty good clicks on your boots. And It's been hours since Terramelda has passed, right? Okay, but you're thinking you're gonna hunker down and stay longer, maybe even a quarter or two from the sounds of it, in the same location. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. So give me the overall. Like you've already got a camp made, correct?
Yep.
Who's going to keep watch? Askelon?
Okay.
No, I'm not telling you. Wait, I'm asking. Who is it? Askelon, keep watch.
Or let's see.
I really would like to train. I haven't had a chance to do that.
Yeah.
And for that reason, you will keep watch.
Oh, you haven't? You
That
didn't
has-
last.
I
I'll
haven't
keep-
trained in like 4.
Yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
it's been a while. Yeah,
Yep.
it's been a while. It's been a while, Harrigan. It's been a while.
Since you are
Train
playing
right
rules as
now.
written.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Right.
Maybe we just
Right.
risk
I'll
it.
keep watch.
That's all.
Okay.
You say Garm
Okay.
was going to keep watch? Okay. Garm's keeping watch. What is Askelon doing? Training?
I am training. I'm going to go down by the, well, I'm not going to go too far from everybody else. But I'm gonna, I will-
river.
I will lay out
Shot you, baby.
my garment / sleeping roll, and I will sit in it, and I will meditate upon my past lives, and I'm going to drop a shit ton of XP. Sorry if you have to. And I'm going to buy healing 3, which is
Nice.
18 XP because I don't have a teacher.
Healing 3. Wow. Okay. It's like a
So that
it's like a video game where the whole world just leveled up around you when you did that. Everything got harder.
right. I still have 0 willpower, but fine.
Yep.
Right. So
All right. So
yeah.
so Askelon is going to be perhaps inside of the river. He is doing his own kind of thing. Okay. What about go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'm not going to do that, but the elf kata anymore because everybody's like, "Look, you're naked. Would you please stop jumping around?"
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes. And Conn. What is Conn? What is Conn getting up to?
Sharpshooter 2. And so just everything about firing a bow comes together in terms of just aim, pull back, fire, and just one clean, smooth motion. And just understands the range on the bow and how to angle it to just get distance, and is no longer have range penalties when he fires this bad boy.
Wow. No range penalties at all, including like short range or
No,
like arm's
no
length?
penalties. I think I posted
Wow.
it. No penalties, long or short.
Dang.
Master
go.
archer.
Sweet. Oh, there's Chef as
Oh.
well. Sort of haven't been paying attention there. All right. So, and remember, we still have to make some rolls. So those are both your intentions for the next 6 hours. So don't add them to your sheets yet. We've been interrupted before. Garm is keeping watch.
Horrible.
Stas, what are you doing?
Cooking,
Oh, right.
frying up some bacon.
Does that require, you already put Chef here, does that require a roll or do you just produce meat?
I could just produce meat.
Does anybody hear water or something running?
That's the sound of my
The bacon
fire that I'm frying, buddy.
Nice.
I can smell it.
But what is it really? It's distracting.
It's the sound of bacon cooking on a campfire. Really?
Oh, you are like pressing a button and getting that sound. Is that what
I
you're doing?
get D6 units of vegetables, meat, or fish into food. So D6,
Well,
baby.
Well, it won't be vegetables from
No
a boar.
vegetables. Not in this,
kind of-
no.
Well, inside its gut. There might be
Yes, cut
some-
up in the gut. And there you go.
Recently had a whole lot of, carrots.
Look at these mushrooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
4.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Conn is out of food? Conn,
I'm out of food.
No, not out of food.
I thought you were out of food.
I got plenty.
Askelon's out of food?
Sure, he's
I'm the
running around
naked
naked.
dude.
He's got
doesn't
nothing on him.
He needs to go get some hide, maybe some boar hide.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Askelon, here's some food.
So
Awesome.
before you take that's 4 units, right?
4 units.
So it would go D6, 8, 10, 12, or you could just disperse them amongst the group.
Yeah.
Don't do that yet, because remember, we haven't seen what Garm is doing, which is basically watching over the place. And this may interrupt everything that's going on, including your cooking. Stop shaking your head, Phil. I see you over there. All right. Give me a second to make a roll. Garm, you do not need to roll your scouting.
Yay.
It's quiet. It's a serene. There's a smell of boar in the air. You can hear some elven meow 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 meow, whatever he's doing. There's the twang and the thwack of Conn with his bow, and Garm's probably actually asleep while he's supposed to be on watch. It's
Yep.
just
Keeps digging at his tusks, his broken tusks.
yeah. So despite your GM's desires, all of you are successful at what you're trying to do. So go ahead and increase, add those talents, disperse that boar meat, do what you got to do.
So is somebody below D10 or D8 on food? Everybody's at D10?
D8.
Well, okay, why don't I go to D10 and then you go to D10? Food.
I am at a D10.
Okay.
And you should probably all roll, right?
At D10 though.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what? I'm wrong, and I was describing it incorrectly before. This was noon to 6, right? That's what Q3 is.
Right.
Noon to 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't need to roll yet. Damn it. I just wasted
If
that roll,
you want
Harrigan.
to.
I just wasted it. Just wasted it.
You can keep the roll if you really want to.
No, it's
Phil.
okay. I'll re-roll when the time comes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So everything we've just been describing has been in the afternoon that's been happening, basically.
Okay.
Beautiful. The cooking and all the rest. So you've got healing, we've got more bowmanship, and the meat. At Garm, 6 p.m. rolls around. It's been always quiet. Nothing moving in the river. It's just been the water moving all afternoon. Kind of you can hear that gentle rush of water. Clouds in the sky are moving. The smell of the boar is really masking anything else you might be smelling in the area. I'll say that. But the 4 of you come back together. Oh, you know what? I forgive me. There is one more thing I want to do. So Wayne, at the end of your healing, you were doing something equivalent to like a meditation, right? Maybe not quite the same as the actual meditation ability that Askelon has, but it'd be something similar. Is that right?
Yeah, I figured. I mean, I was trying to figure out how he would, try to. He certainly had a lot of experience healing over the past couple of days, because I've been like healing and losing willpower and all this kind of stuff. So I figured he's had a lot of experience, but I thought as a way of explaining him, unraveling the mysteries of the last, levels of the school, it kind of makes sense for him to kind of tap into that knowledge that he may have forgotten in his life, many lives. So yeah, that's where I was going.
So there's a montage for sure of various injuries being healed, of diseases that you've prevented from spreading further, and all the rest. But at the end of that montage, if we are sort of bird's eye view, sort of soaring along, and you see Askelon far below us, near the river, and our camera sweeps down onto the river, and we're right at the surface, so it's rushing past us, and it kind of turns a bit, and then it kind of goes down, skims the water, and then it comes to a stop near an elven ruby gemstone, near the heart that it looks like the same one that you had in your hands before that Ori had given to you. But as you see it, a scaled hand closes around it. And you see a saurian lifted up like, hold this part in the air. And then you're out of your trance. Like, oh, you can feel that what you just saw was real.
I'm gonna
You can feel it.
grab my little knife and like hightail it to the river, and I'll be saying, the gym, I saw it, and I will just
Naked elf.
Yeah.
Capering around. Yeah. All right. So at the end of that quarter, Garm is still keeping watch, but Askelon is heading for the rivers. And Conn and Stas, what are your reactions to Askelon doing that?
Probably to run after the crazy naked elf. Like, what is up? What is he up to now?
Just,
What's that, Stas? Oh.
I'm just cooking.
He's got his
food.
kiss the cook apron on.
Cooking. What's he doing?
I don't know. That bacon's been cooking long enough. Get up off your arse.
Looks
He's
like
running down to the river.
He got that taken care of. Make sure he doesn't go and drown. I'll make sure I start carving this up.
Believable. Garm, Askelon. He's touched in the head again. He's running to the river.
Oh, maybe he's washing his hands.
Askelon, you get down to the river and you find you're within sight, at least, of the boat, the third boat that Lanaya was in. It's pulled up and it's still beached. Considered diseased. You remember you were pretty involved in that whole scene. But you get down to the river, and what do? You would say that the vision that you saw wasn't necessarily like right next door. You can't tell where it was. Somewhere on the river for sure.
I think. I mean, he feels so guilty about, having lost that among his other things. He's going to be like shouting, I have metal. All I have is a knife. I'll be waving it around because I remember that's what they were after, right?
Yep.
So that's I'm going to be like, jumping up and down and screaming, I have metal. I have metal. I'd like, I'd like to trade.
Okay, so guys who are near the river, he's shouting now. He's going to attract something if he keeps it up.
Somebody shut him up.
This is during quarter 3. Sorry, I had to step away.
This is at the very end of quarter 3, about to become quarter 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Garm heads down to the water edge. Are his eyes closed while he's doing this?
No.
Hey, Askelon. What are you doing? Except it comes out, Askelon. What are you doing?
I saw in a vision that I think it was some Saurians grabbed the crystal that I dropped, the one that was given to me by the Raven sister, and I'd love to get it back.
Like, you see them out there? He points out to the river.
I saw one of their hands, and then I saw a vision of them, like, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like
holding it up and speaking in some Saurian language.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's not out there right now.
I guess not. I was meditating and I had this vision of seeing it.
Was it in like that direction?
I think it was near the river near here, but it was a vision. I don't know for sure. I just would love to get it back.
Absolutely. Maybe that's a sign that we should follow really close to the river's edge and maybe see if we come across their community. If you remember, we got elves that don't like anybody but elves, and we got supposed poisoners of a whole town. He points across the river. So maybe don't yell really loud.
I'm sorry. It was so real. I realize that's not prudent, but I would love, like I said, I want to get it back if I can.
I will help you.
I take it I don't see any saurians coming out of the water.
You don't. It's quiet.
Okay. All right.
Ignore that.
Right.
The
All right,
river
then.
is as silent as you've seen it this whole trip.
Just in Askelon, in the future, man, just try not to yell about it, okay? That's it. Just not out here. Control those urges.
There's
I
bacon.
was in a.
That's a
That
good
does
urge.
smell good.
Yeah.
Bacon distracts everything.
But my meditation worked. I think I understand a lot more, and I'll be able to help a lot more.
What do you mean? Help how?
Heal.
Heal. More
Yeah.
than you already are.
Yes.
Ooh.
I might even be able. Well, once my power has returned to me, well, I might even be able to change the weather.
Ooh.
Change the weather. Like
That could be
sunshine and
handy.
rainbows. Yeah.
Yeah. Or fog or thunderstorm.
I've always
Difficult.
noticed your abilities get better after you've tripped and fallen a few times. So
It's the strangest thing.
right, kind of. Well,
Conn, I was wondering. There's one thing I could do to recharge myself, but I can't do it quite yet. But maybe you could help. Maybe you could help me at some point. I can now. I basically I can. I'm trying to think of a way to in game to express this. I could transfer power from and to myself if I have a willing person.
I don't even know what that means, but you ain't sucking no power out of me. And calling down thunder? Jeez, Askelon, even for you, this is ridiculous. Conn marches back up to camp. He thinks this is just, what is he talking about here? Calling down thunder, controlling the weather. This is really out there. I'm going back to camp.
All right, you go back to the cook.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. Askelon's going on about all kinds of strange things, that he can control the weather now and call down thunder, and that he's got some kind of weird power connection between folks. I don't know what he's going on about, but I think he's really like, did he eat some bad? Did you feed him some bad mushrooms?
I haven't cooked any mushrooms yet. I haven't touched those yet, which reminds me, I should probably find some.
I'll turn to to Garm and I say, I think I could actually regrow your tusks,
oh,
but I don't. You'd have to help me talk to Conn, or I would to get the power I would need.
as much as I would like to have them back, I don't know that they're a priority compared to other things. Got disease, leg, or whatever that was. Maybe in the future. Maybe.
Askelon, you can
Thought it
barely
was-
understand any of that.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I might be able to understand you a little bit better. And I thought I thought your people pride themselves on that.
They do, but I also like being alive. So if we have the extra oomph to fix my tusks, sure. But if it's that, or repairing somebody's foot so we can keep walking, or I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
Bacon does smell really good, though.
Let's go, bacon.
Should go get some.
Okay, so for Q4, what's the plan then? And Askelon, you're obviously not going to hunt the river for anything. You're back from the river as well. So what are you planning on doing for Q4? It's now 6 p.m. Heading for midnight. During this quarter, you'll have to make food and water rolls. Can probably fill your water back up, actually. As we're describing it, it's pretty close to the river.
I'll be happy to keep watch if you would want to sleep.
That works.
Askelon plans on keeping watch. Conn.
Who's sleeping right now? Garm. Garm's gonna sleep. Because then, I guess, how do we want to organize this? Then, what did you want to do next quarter, Garm?
Well, I was going to sleep during the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So you're sleeping this one right here. This is
Q4.
fourth. No, but then I was thinking, like, what did you want to do next quarter?
Oh, I could train something or I could keep watch.
Okay. What do you want to do, Stas?
I don't know. I think I overindulged. I feel a little sleepy.
Go figure. So you're also sleeping right now.
Oh, oof.
Eat like a pound of bacon already while
I
he
think
cooks.
I ate too much. I could probably use a little shut eye.
Okay.
You all right with that, or?
No, it's fine. I'm wondering if I should train again
I don't know.
instead of sleep,
What's
and then
Askelon
sleep next
doing?
quarter. Well, no, Askelon's going to keep watch now, right?
Oh, he is. Oh, okay.
I think he's all right now.
Are we sure? Are you sure?
I think he's okay now. I think he's come down off it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would he get some fungus? Like he snorted
I
some
don't
bad
know.
fungus or something?
It could be that weird skin infection he had, that disease. It still might be coming. He's still recovering from that.
Yeah, it's the plague. It's probably rotted his brain.
No, not rotted his brain, but it's given him weird visions. I don't know. He's got all kinds of weird. Says he's going to control the weather.
What's the weather? Like
That's what I don't know.
He's. I've always liked Askelon. I've always respected that guy, but every day that goes by, he just gets more and more crazy.
Weird. It's getting a little weird.
worse.
It's getting weird.
Have you ever heard of that with elves?
No.
Like, does that
No.
happen at a certain time?
I don't know. I've never met an elf before. He's the
I don't
first
know.
elf. Are they all like this?
I don't know. Does Garm know? Maybe this
I
is
don't
just
think so.
natural.
I don't think
I
Garm
haven't-
knows.
They live forever, so I don't know. I've never seen one.
Come on. Do they really live forever? How
Well,
could
I
you
mean,
live forever?
They live a long time.
Hmm.
So I don't know what's old to them. And, I've seen some humans get old and they they become a little different.
All right. I'll keep kind of an eye on him while I train, but he's going to keep watch. I'll keep an eye on him.
Oh,
Horse
all
side.
right.
We'll be fine.
All right. I mean, he'd be one to take the boats and throw them out into the river and think nothing of it.
No.
No? Okay. He's not that far gone.
No.
All right. We just got to get him some clothes. That guy's got to be getting cold.
That is a problem.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get some sleep. But not before I take this one slice.
Okay, so Askelon's keeping watch. 2 of you are resting. Conn, what are you going to train this time?
I'm going to go sharpshooter 3.
And you should all roll food at least.
Yes.
And refill your water. Oh, someone's down.
That was my water. I didn't think about having to not roll it.
Oh, I lost my food. The portion of bacon you gave me was pretty small.
Damn, I did too.
Because he's eating. Did you see how much he ate? He just was
Yeah.
eating it and eating it. He even took some into the tent.
It's just all slick. It's just this is grease.
Hey, shut your pie holes. I made enough. I had a whole boar. I can't help it. You guys overindulge too. Don't give me that crap.
It's been so long since you've all had fresh, good meat. You've eaten the entire boar.
Well, plus, if I rub this grease all over myself, it actually keeps me a little warm.
Who needs clothes?
What is wrong with that guy?
I'm sure that won't attract anything.
He's been naked a long time. A long,
dear.
long time.
I've been naked a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so top up your waters. A few of you have actually gone down in food, right? But Sean, you did have Stas sort of distribute the boar meat, right? The four units. You've already done that.
So I think I don't know. So I gave what? One to Askelon, one to Conn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
That's
had,
only two.
so you
No,
went to a
gave
D.
Sorry, I thought you gave me 3, so I went to a D10,
Oh, that's fine.
and then 1 went to him to get him to Conn to get him to a D10.
But doesn't Stas have no food?
Me, I've got plenty. I got a D10.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We were trying to get and then of course Conn and I, it was so delicious, we
We had
overindulged.
seconds. Yes.
I'm trying to get one over. Say I didn't give you enough. I know I gave you like a quarter of the hind. What are you talking about?
Okay. So what are you training again, Conn? Sorry, which skill?
Sharpshooter 3.
Sharpshooter 3. Okay. So as you're out, and I think we've described before, Q4 is kind of a, you get most daylight, but around 10 p.m. at night, the sun goes down and starts to get dark type of thing. So around that time, I would like Askelon to make a scouting roll.
Uh-oh.
2 of you are sleeping. Askelon's keeping watch in his jittery.
I'm gonna push.
All right. I know you just want willpower, you bitch.
Absolutely.
I'm on to you.
Oh, sweet willpower.
Yeah,
One
but
Sweet willpower.
One success, 2 banes is
Yeah.
win.
Right.
That I've never been so happy to have that headache in my entire life. Oh.
so Askelon is, as darkness is falling, it's the sun's gone down, but it's not fully dark yet. So it's in that sort of 10:30 kind of time frame. You can see Conn back over at the camp. He's keeping one eye on you. You're keeping an eye on him. You're watching the river. You're watching the north towards the woods, which are way in the distance, miles away. And you're also keeping particular eye on the west, which is where all the trouble that you left behind. And it's looking to the west when you're doing kind of a circuit of the camp at one point. You're up on some high ground near a tree. And you're crouched down in your janky Elven oil grease covered way. And as you're looking to the west, again, shadowy landscape, right? It's dusk. Night is falling. There are maybe a dozen figures you can see. They must be a mile away, so they're hard to see in the gloom. But you caught them as the sun's going down. And as it's going down further, you may lose sight of them, but there are definitely some figures that are not on horseback, that are walking, that are coming towards you. I don't think we said you had the spyglass, and you didn't.
No,
roll
I didn't
it?
take it.
You
I didn't take
include it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So
What do you do? What do you do?
I immediately just in the ground mark, like on the ground, where they are, so I can remember which direction they were. Like just draw an arrow. So I
Yep.
can remember where they are.
It's a very like beautiful, a lot of flourish elven arrow. They are that way. Yes.
I will go. Conn is probably, is he closer to me? Or who
Sure.
is closest? Okay.
Conn. Let's say Conn is.
I will go over to Conn and say, I see 2 figures approaching.
More like a dozen.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry. I see a dozen figures
Doesn't.
approaching from that direction. They're far away.
So from the direction we've come.
Right.
Rest Brothers.
Or refugees.
Too dark to tell.
Are they going to pass us by?
Not if they follow the river, I would say.
So
That's
we
the
could
problem.
move.
Means we got to
But they'll
wake them
find
up.
our camp.
Maybe I'll go out and scout and see who they are.
What role playing?
Yeah, I'll go out and scout and see who they are. I'll come rushing back if it's trouble.
Okay. I'll wait here and I'll wake him up if I hear you.
Okay. So Conn, you're going to try to get closer.
Yeah, I guess I will try to approach stealthily and scout them out.
Let's go ahead and have you make a stealth roll.
I'm telling you, going out by yourself in this game is bad freaking news.
You're asleep. Shut up.
I will push that.
So before you, or as you push it, Askelon, you've returned to the camp. But you have not woken anybody up, right?
Right. I still want to kind of keep a little bit on that side of the camp so I can get an idea if I see him coming. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to wait until he's at the camp to wake everybody up. Does that make sense?
Yep. So Conn, as you get back to the same position, you see the little mark in the ground that Askelon left. Squinting, you're like, is there something? I think there's something out there, but it's getting dark. You'll have to get closer. And this is your push of your stealth roll. So go for it. Oh dear. Sometimes this game is cruel.
I did not want. That's the worst outcome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is.
No.
'Cause not only is it damage to your agility, but it's also a failure at trying to get closer to these guys.
Oh,
So the terrain is relatively open. Right? We've described these as sort of grassy plains before with some copses of trees and some stands of trees and that sort of thing. So you're trying to stay low. You're trying to basically not be in their path because you have glimpsed movement of some kind where you're like, I think I see what he's talking about.
Okay.
But as you move to the west and you're trying to like be off to the side a little bit, so if they're coming along following the river, they're not going to just tromp right over you. Okay. But you find 3-4 trees and you kind of get crouched down and you're leaning forward. You're like, I think this is about as close as I can get without getting right in their way, right? As you're peering into the darkness, you hear not very far from you and to your right. So like the opposite way, 90 degrees from where you're looking, you hear, and as you turn, you see.
That's really weird.
Yeah. What was that, Harrigan?
Harrigan, you lagged. I think.
What was
did
that?
I?
Or
Yeah, it was like
are
you
you
were
a sound
perfect
cancellation?
It worked
Yeah.
perfectly then.
Wow,
It is a rattling hiss, like and as you turn, you see 3 or 4 figures in the gloom. Hopefully you heard me that time.
Yes.
Coming towards you, and they're walking very.
Yes.
And they're
The
walking
restless dead.
in lockstep, and they see you already. And up comes an axe, out comes a spear.
Sure.
Up is raised a broken sword. So 3 of them are like within, I'll say, short range of you.
Okay.
So
Treat them within short range.
Yeah. Okay.
What do I do?
That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's
I mean, they're
fine.
short range. I'm not panicked. They're short range. Well, I'm going to do the smart thing and I'm going to run back to camp and let everybody know there's restless dead out here and they're armed and they're shambling towards us.
Okay. So I'm going to get you to make a movement roll for me.
Sure.
And you know what? We didn't describe what damage there was to your agility. Before you make this roll, when you were trying to get into position, what happened?
I think I probably let's see. You said it was kind of an open area. I probably stumbled on a rock and like tripped and fell and banged my knee a little bit.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
Move.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Success?
Yes. 1.
I was gonna give you an extra die as it was, but because these guys are not particularly fast. So
good.
All right. So, but as you break cover, right, from the little stand you were in that was a little closer to these guys than you were anticipating, you emerge into what is now becoming sort of the moonlit plain. And there's like 6, 7, 8 more of these guys that are a little further away, but they all turn towards you as you break cover. And you can hear them all with this sort of rattling, teeth chattering. So a little more aggressive than you're used to. The restless dead you can usually not worry too much about. These guys definitely are putting their eyes on you.
Have I maybe seen something like this when I was a servant boy of the Rust Brothers, like this type of thing where they can agitate the restless dead and turn them this way?
Yeah, they're militant. These guys have been turned into soldiers, basically.
So I know what's going on. Yeah. So for me, it's just hustle back to camp, which I think I can do right with the move, success on the move.
You can. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I guess I get up there. Askelon, we got a real problem here. There's a dozen restless dead that ain't so restless anymore coming right for us. Get Garm and Stas up immediately.
I'm running over there and pushing and shoving them so they get up.
Okay, so
the dead are coming.
Huh? What?
Training and rest have been interrupted. Go ahead.
Askelon, not right now.
Did you have another vision?
Well, you want to let them chew your face off? That's I guess I can't help that, but there's like a dozen of them and they're coming right for us.
Where's Conn? Is Conn here? Where's Conn?
He's running away from them right now.
This better not be any like weird vision of yours, Askelon.
If you get your butts out of that tent
now. I hear Conn. What? Uh-oh.
Garm immediately gets up and kind of readies himself and then looks at the tent. Probably by the time he finishes readying himself is when Stas finally gets out of the tent.
I've got nothing to fight these guys with.
Oh, that's right.
You pack the tent.
Where's my knife? Somebody see my knife?
Here. Oh, wait. Yeah, you pack the tent.
All right, I'll pack. Let's go.
I don't think we're gonna have time.
Correct. There'll definitely be a role involved if you're going to take the time to pack up the camp and not just like bug out.
Yeah, go find yourself a branch that you can bludgeon one of these things up on the head. They're all armed. You'll be able to get yourself a weapon soon enough. You just got to kill one of them.
I got a knife.
I guess re-kill him. Well, then you're fine. What are we doing? We can't leave the camp. Yep. We gotta take a position here.
We're gonna fight a dozen of these things?
We got no choice. Are we gonna leave camp? I guess we can leave camp. We could hide. No, we can't leave camp. What are we doing? What are we talking about here?
They aren't gonna keep our camp. They're just gonna walk around.
We can't hide from these things. Well, I guess we could. We could run around them. I don't know. I'm just taking up a position. I'm all rattled. Yeah, exactly.
Conn's going back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, so Conn's going to take a position and watch for them to come into long range of his bow.
Okay. All right. So he's basically sort of at the western edge of the camp.
Yes.
What about the other three of you?
You want me to help?
I think I'll help him. We need to get out of here. I mean, I think we should just leave it and come back.
Leave the tent? Kind of running low on gear, and I don't know how close.
I understand, but I don't think we can take 12 of these. I can't. I can't kill 3 of them.
Doesn't take long to.
Come on, you just said you could get 12 of weather. You can't kill 3 restless dead, but you can summon thunder.
What? You didn't even believe him. Now you believe him? I'm packing up. As I'm doing this, I'm throwing stuff around, packing things up, and kicking tent pegs out and folding it half-ass.
Just stuff it in the bag. Stuff in the bag. Put it on my back.
Okay.
Yeah, if any of you have ever borrowed a tent and you unpack the tent and you realize how badly the person before you packed the tent, that's what Stas is doing right now. Just
pull the stakes out and just roll.
Stakes are in the middle.
Broadcloth, the whole thing.
Wait, you have a belt? Mess. You have a belt? Come here, Garm. Come here.
Yeah.
Stick the stakes in his belt. All the way around.
Okay, so is the overall plan then to make a stand here, or to try and beat feet after rolling up the tent and cookware and everything else, bedrolls, sleeping furs? What's the plan? Which of those two things?
Yes.
No. Negative. 9. Yet. Actually, that's not true. If Sean says yes, that means you are trying to roll up the camp, and that's fine.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
Conn
rolling up
watches.
the tent with knowledge of the boat being right over there.
Askelon and Garm, are you helping or are you helping Conn? What are you?
I will help. I will help as best I can to get the shit packed up, since they won't leave without it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Garm will help pack up, but he tells Conn to shout out when they get close.
Okay. So I think, what do you guys think? Probably a movement roll for packing the camp.
Sure.
Probably the best. Maybe wits.
Survival?
Survival.
I'll do move.
I would buy survival.
Can I do move?
Can I do move?
I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys decide, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, for group roles, I think you can decide who leads.
Oh, right.
So, and I'll let you do either survival or move to do it quickly or to do it with expertise. But it's dark and you're frantic, so it's a -2 to the roll. But some of you can help.
Okay.
Stop shaking your head, Phil.
All right. So I've got. Oh, I know. I thought we all had to do the roll. Okay. All right.
Mm-mm.
I've got 5 dice.
Yeah,
You
go ahead.
got 5 dice, but want the willpower points. So I'll help you.
Okay.
And
I've played the
Stas is obviously
caster.
helping as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that'll cancel the negatives.
Don't let me use the rules from the wrong YZE game, guys. That is correct, isn't it, for a group roll?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can choose who leads it, and then you can do teamwork. So it sounds like you're doing 5 dice, -2 for it being dark, 2 back for the 2 helpers.
Yeah.
You're rolling 5 dice while Conn watches. Got it. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh, I will push that roll. Son of a bitch. Had to get the fucking tip.
Damn it,
That's okay.
Askelon doesn't go in that freaking bag. It goes in the other bag.
We should have just gotten out of here. Look how well I've done with just this fur and a knife.
Why are you all caught up? Why are you all caught up? What you?
So, Askelon, what did you just damage? Wits? Agility.
Agility.
Okay. So as the three of you
almost broken on agility.
the 3 of you are packing up and are tripping and are trying to stuff the furs together and all the rest, Conn, you can see the shapes coming now. And by the time they emerge, they're actually at medium range. So
Is that long or short? There's really no medium.
my bad. Again, I got the wrong YZE game.
Probably.
Let me pull up the actual ranges here.
Yeah, it
long,
goes
short,
long, short,
near an arm.
Yep.
Quick reference sheet.
Guys, I need to take
Short.
a bio break before we get our
Let's
faces eaten off.
let's do that. Let's take 5. What's going to happen here is Conn's going to get a couple of pot shots before they close, and then but we'll do that after our 5-minute bio break. What we're going to do here is they're kind of coming. They're not in one group, right? So Conn, if you guys see the screen that I've dragged you to, these 4 are coming closest. Then these 4. Then these 4. So they're going to come sort of staggering in waves. And for the first, we're going to pull initiative cards in a second. But for the first 2 rounds, only Conn can act. So the other 3 of you are basically busy packing up camp and whatnot. So Conn basically has a couple of extra actions because he is being able to see them. And you are right, Phil, in terms of range, we're talking in that 25 meter or so short range kind of thing, right? And I'm going to start the combat here and only include 1 token so that we don't have a whole ton of restless undead in the initiative tracker, and they'll all act on the same initiative. I think I can start the combat by doing. Actually,
Yeah, I think you got to end the other combat.
I do. So end that one. I've already done the reset deck, but here I'll reset it again. Then, hey, look at that. So you should be able to draw your cards this time. And if any of you have traits that let you draw 2, you know how to do that. Do your thing. Just make sure you have the right token selected when you draw.
So I I ran into something about this. If somebody has one of those traits that allows them to draw 2, they should go first because it'll stick the other card back in the deck.
Oh,
Okay. Does someone have one of those?
I don't, but
Anybody have that? If not, just draw a card.
I think
Okay.
it's the other group that has like Golgara in it and stuff that had somebody that had that.
All right. So this is perhaps the cleanest initiative we've ever run in this game. One time through, Stas goes first, then Garm at 3. The Restless Dead that are coming at you in waves are at 5, Askelon, and then Conn at 10. So well done, Askelon and Conn. So I'll give you this, Conn. On their move, that's when they come within that short range, right? So there's 4 of them that emerge from the murky night, and you can hear them sooner than you can see them with those rattling sort of death. Just the breath that comes out of them, you can tell is dry, and they have been turned malevolent by the Rest Brothers. So what does Conn do on his turn? So we're going to go right to card 10, basically right to initiative 10.
So I will draw arrow and fire fast action shooting twice in a round, just because I'm, like I said, I'm an archer now. So I just fling, and then I start to run back to the camp. So is it rough terrain?
No, I'm not going to say it's rough terrain.
Then that's another thing.
Is Conn going because he's out somewhere different than the rest?
He is.
Yeah, I was scouting to the west.
He placed himself like on guard duty to the west.
Got it.
Okay. Exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we'll set the scene. The 3 of you are at the camp. He's further west. The dead are advancing from the west. So, Conn, let's do this one at a time, though. So you're basically,
sure, bud.
It's going to take your fast and your slow action to do these 2 shots, right?
No, it's fast action. So this is the thing. I'm fast shooter 3 now, and so
Tell me
I only need to spend a fast action to shoot with a ranged weapon, meaning you can shoot twice. Oh no, my bad. Spend fast action. Okay, so no, I'm going to shoot once and I'm going to run. Apologies. Thanks, Harrigan.
That's all right. Otherwise, you would have used a fast action.
It would have been
twice.
too much. Yeah, too much. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
But the trait allows you to like draw and knock and all that other stuff that when you're a beginning archer, you can ignore all that stuff, right? Basically.
Yeah. You don't need a ready weapon before you shoot.
Okay. So at short, make your first shot or your shot at close range or at short range, excuse me.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay. So a hit.
Yeah. 2 damage.
And so go ahead.
And then I was going to move back a range towards camp, towards these guys.
All right. So you notice there goes the shaft, and it's a perfect shot, breastbone right through this. It's got this, decrepit leather armor that it's wearing. The shaft goes right through it. This Restless Dead dude does not even flinch, just keeps coming. So now you got your shaft sticking out of his chest, bright colored feathers, but doesn't even miss a beat as you put an arrow in him. So you turn, and it'll take you your move to basically come to the camp where everybody else is in the middle of trying to stuff things together.
We're in trouble. They're almost on us. My arrow did nothing.
All right.
Is that
so
a thing about these that weapons won't harm them? Like
I don't know. I don't know that arrows
thing.
Maybe your sword if you chopped at their head.
It's what I do.
So if we do this in order, Stas, you are the first person who's able to take action based on what Conn is saying.
Good luck with that knife.
4 of you are in the camp. Over the rise, he's just run down. Apparently, there are some Restless Dead on the way.
12 of them.
So I throw whatever gear is packed up at this point and go towards the boat, drag it to the boat.
So you guys didn't get here by boat.
Oh shit, that's right.
It's that boat. It's the diseased boat.
Boat is gone.
You can go to the boat.
We got no boat.
If you want that boat, you can use that boat.
No boats. Yeah, we're in trouble. We got to turn around and deal with this.
We can't fight 12 of these guys. We're gonna be dead.
You just said you could control the weather. Drop a bolt lightning on their heads. Come on, Askelon. This is your moment.
I can make it rain.
Oh, that is not a.
I
No.
did not. I said nothing about
Just gonna get
lightning
wet.
bolts of the people.
Oh,
And it's foggy. Stas,
that might
this
be
whole,
useful.
this whole time, Stas thought you could just throw the stuff in the boat and be like, "See ya."
That's why I kept
forgot.
saying we need to run.
That's a riot. Okay, so
Oh,
what do you
boy.
do, Stas, instead?
We could
You
still
throw-
flee.
We
Mhm.
could.
I will. I'm thinking I'm just going. Well, they're not in melee, so I'm not going to engage. I'll wait.
You can probably hear them at this stage. They're they're coming within probably 50, 40, 30 meters kind of thing as they're coming. But they are not within arm's reach or anything like that. In fact, you can't even really see them yet.
I
Okay.
will hide behind a rock and wait.
Okay. All right. Stas is doing an ambush thing. Stas, go ahead and roll me stealth. See if you can get yourself a good position, particularly the good position.
Last place you look.
Gonna push that.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't need the willpower like everybody else does, so. But I'll
No, but you also yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Man,
Christ.
this has happened a lot. This
2
race.
damage
This-
to agility. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
great.
so you've found something sharp in the grass as you're moving. So you guys hear, I'll hear Stas say, "Ow! Garm, what are you doing?" While Stas is moving off.
Wow. Surround.
Now
So-
now I might not be able to flee.
Yeah, right. You and Askelon.
Run.
Are we running?
You can start to hear the sort of the general like.
I just say run to the boat.
Coming over.
Run to the boat.
Well, Garm wants to take up a not flank, a rear guard duty. He wants to be the last one to run if we run. So he draws his shield and he draws his sword and he just kind of readies himself closest to where the dead are coming from, but he starts telling everybody, get going, I'll follow behind.
Okay, so Garm, does that mean they're coming from the west? Does that mean you are positioned to the furthest east or the furthest west?
I'm on the west side of our camp. Does that make sense?
So you'll be
I
the
wanna
first
be-
person that they encounter.
That's what I want to be. Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to move your token just so you're in relative
me.
terms. Why are you green? This is Garm. There we go. That's all in relative terms. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're essentially waiting.
Yep.
Okay. So on the turn of all of these fellows who have come calling here. Forgive me, my cursor's not behaving quite correctly. You see a couple of heads bobbing above this little ridge that Conn ran down, and you start to see the blades that they're carrying come come 4 of them right over. So Garm, they are within short range of you now. And Askelon, what are you doing? They're visible now.
Okay. I want to ask a question. I have necromantic training. Do I know, were I to intensify the fog, is the senses of the undead, of these restless undead, supernatural, or are they still basically seeing and hearing us?
If you were to intensify the fog, would they have more trouble finding you?
After we ran, yes.
Let me briefly look at their entry here. I believe since they're supernatural creatures, they probably have supernatural senses of some kind. Roll me a d6 though, Wayne.
Okay.
If you get a 4, 5, or 6, it'll help.
Oh, still doing that weird. Of course. All right.
You're thinking fog will probably not hinder them as much as it hinders you.
All right. I am going to run away.
Okay. So Askelon just beats to the east, just goes is full movement.
We'll come back. Well, we can outdistance them. Come on, and I will. Yes, I'll beat feet.
Well, there's a move for that, right?
Flee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was like if you're engaged. Sorry.
No, you can't be engaged.
That's retreat, I think, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Fleeing the conflict. Yep. There you go. In fact, you have to make the roll at a modifier based on how close the enemy is. The enemy's at short range. That's a 0 modification.
All right.
You can't do this if you're surrounded. You are not surrounded. It is dark.
Man, I've borked my agility. It's probably not happening. All right.
So before
what's the modifier for the dark?
Let's take 1 away. -1.
Okay.
So Askelon is trying to basically get the hell out of Dodge. You've left, elements of the camp behind because you guys weren't finished packing up. Askelon's running to the east. Make your roll.
I guess I'll push it. Yeah, par for the course. I run around in circles like a chicken with my head cut off. No,
you don't. But
grab it.
You don't get very far.
No, you
right?
gotta go. You gotta go. Come on, you gotta go. No, wait a minute. I see my fur. My sleeping fur. I run back to grab that.
You remain at the same distance if you fail, so you were still at short range. You could attempt to flee again next round.
Sure.
What is Askelon carrying at this stage? Like I know you're either butt naked or you got your sleeping fur converted into a fancy elven cape.
It's more like a poncho. I have a cut in the middle, and I have my head stuck out underneath it, and I got my knife.
Okay, fair enough. Askelon is just sort of a little bit panicked.
Yeah. Yes, I think that makes some sense.
Okay.
Is that a slow action or a fast action?
Oh,
fleeing.
Slow.
Fleeing is slow.
I made a roll, so it's probably a slow action.
Yeah, it's slow. All right, and then Conn, you can see that Garm appears to be ready to face off. Stas looks like he's trying to get cover, and Askelon is like fading to the east, like, oh no, we have to get out of here, kind of thing. What is Conn doing?
All right. I will move. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll run back 1 range. That'll put me in long, right, Harrigan?
Yep.
And then from long, I'll fire on one of the undead. Maybe if I can get the one that I've already hit, maybe try to hit it again.
Okay. Got it. In fact, you can do that now because I've described them coming over the top of the hill, so you can move back and you can loose an arrow. I mean, he's easy to see because he's silhouetted against the sky. And he's got an arrow sticking out of him.
Cool.
Make that shot.
Sorry. Boom. Nice. 2 more.
All right. Another arrow flies straight and true. Takes his arm off. So you see his arm kind of fall behind him, but he still has the weapon in his other arm. He's still coming up. He's now on top of the hill and is about to start coming down the hill.
How about the GM be nice and roll a d6 to see if it is the arm? Which arm it is? I don't know. Come on. Give us a roll there, Harrigan. Which arm is it? Maybe it's the weapon arm. Come on. Which arm?
The GM just gave you an arm. So
okay, fair
be
enough.
happy
All
with
right,
that.
Fair. All right.
Be
Okay.
happy
That arm
with
had
that.
a grenade in it. You didn't know.
That's right.
All right.
All right, so that was Conn. So we actually go to the top of round 3, which is Stas again. But Stas, you can tell that these things can now come down the hill, and like it's going to be ugly and full on if you stay where you are. These things are about to come rumbling down the hillside.
Harrigan, can you move me back a little bit? Because I am chickening out.
Oh yeah, you're back. You can move it too if you want to, but yeah, I got you.
Can I? I didn't know that. Okay.
I think so. You can try, but I think so.
I flee.
Stas is like, good idea. I'm out of here. All right.
Time to go.
So it's a move, right? They are still at short range, and it's a -1 for it being dark and just hard to find your way. Let's go, Stas.
So -1 in the modifier.
Yeah, -1.
I don't know if I can make this actually.
Was that the right number of dice at least?
I don't know because I only have 1 to roll. So I don't know why I rolled 2. Unless it's the takeaway one.
Correct. So remember that. How does it work? Is it a 6 that cancels a success? Or a 1? Do you guys remember? The skill die actually works against you there.
Yeah. So it's rolling right or correctly then.
And it says
I think it
negative
is.
dice when you open it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'm done.
So that 6 would cancel any other 6s. You're not going to push? Okay. So
Run,
that
man,
is your
run.
I can't.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you can't break yourself on a push, can you?
you can, yes, you can, but you can't critically injure yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get a critical. But Phil's right. You can like use your fast action to move,
Run.
can't you? Yeah.
Yeah, run, man. Stas, get out of there.
You could
I'll
get
run.
back with where Conn is, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Hobble your ass over here.
Is that another move action?
Nope, that's just, you just are using your move as a you don't have to roll anything.
Yeah, as long
So
as you're not in a
basically-
rough zone, you're fine.
Got it.
You have now increased the distance to long basically as before they go this round.
Got it.
Garm, that's you.
Is Askelon's at short range from them, right?
He is. He's not far behind you. Yep.
Ooh.
They come down. They're at short range from both of you. On their turn, they will close to close range.
Keep trying to open out
near,
the combat
near,
summary.
I should say, or whatever it's called. Near.
Yeah,
Yeah,
near.
near. Gotcha. A few steps away. Not right next to you.
That's not arm's length.
Yeah. Let's see. They're gonna go next. I move over and stand next to Askelon. Hey, we got to get out of here. What are you doing?
I'm trying. I don't know.
How does help work in combat?
It's the same way. You have to
Have the
match
action available.
their action type. So if they're attacking, you have to have a slow action available, right?
Gotcha.
It's that sort of thing.
I think I just move adjacent to Askelon and prepared to help him run away or parry.
By like throwing him or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
I think
No,
it's
no,
like a swift kick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So hopefully I can move this whole stack here. So these guys come rolling down. They are now, you can see more undead that are starting to crest the ridge behind the initial 4 who are coming. But there's these 4 guys who are in this, they're toothless, their armor's hanging in tatters. They've clearly been in the ground for a good long while. You're not so sure if these are guys that were raised up from Riversnit, or if they're warriors from somewhere else that were pulled off a battlefield, because these guys are all armed and armored with various rusty weapons and old armor and helmets. But the four of them come marching right down the hill, and they are within near range, so they're just a few steps from you, like the equivalent of like 10 feet is how far they are away now. They are close. You can smell the reek of the damp earth coming off of them as they're coming. And Askelon, what are you doing?
Run,
They are
Askelon.
they're now at near -1 to your move if you're going to try to flee.
So I'll be rolling one die. Well, I guess I will have to try that.
And do
I'll
I
move.
help him now if I'm trying to help him?
Yeah, if you're trying to help him flee, I'll go along with that. You're basically putting yourself in harm's way type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If he fails, well, we'll get to that. You know, I'm not sure if the rules say that, but I love those games where if you're helping somebody, you share in the pain.
Yep.
So if he were to get a 1, it would also affect Garm. Let's put it that way.
It's that high school Harrigan again.
It's the same Harrigan all along, Phil, unfortunately. That might be high school Harrigan.
Jesus.
I thought you had 1 die.
Not if he was helping me, it would. If I was at another -1, I'd be down. And then, but if he's helping me, it cancels that out.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, but it's a
But
failure.
I rolled twice and still got no successes. But I will at least take my other action and.
Oh, I didn't
and
even see that. You actually pushed as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
Second, third time. That's how.
Okay. So Askelon, what's going on? Why is it that you can't flee? Because these guys are not behind you. What's going on in your head that's preventing you from fleeing?
Okay, I've taken a bunch of agility damage too. So I think I have like really effed like my ankle beyond that. And I think I just keep falling and I'm panicked and I'm just not.
You're on the ground, like, oh.
I'm scrabbling and I get back up and I hobble along again and I scrabble and so yeah.
Okay.
But I will take my other action just to move back where Conn and Stas are. My fast action.
Okay. So and just so all of you who are in that rear position, you are now short, right? No longer long because the undead have advanced.
Right.
So the 3 of you are now at short range from those guys. Garm is basically about to face off with 4 of them. What is Conn doing?
I mean, I'm at long range right now.
You are now at short range because they've
Short range?
advanced. Yeah, they've
Then
advanced.
I would run for my fast action. And then after doing that, that'd put me at long range. And then maybe I'll try to flee with a bonus die.
Okay.
Right.
So
and then
that'll
minus out. Then that'll minus out your darkness too, right?
It will.
Okay.
It will. My darkness, like it's not the world.
I know,
that
our
has
darkness. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Your dark heart.
Yeah.
All right. So Conn drifts off into the night and is planning on beating feet. So you're going to roll move and you're going to roll it flat because -1 darkness, +1 for the distance, right? Roll it flat.
Beauty.
That's how you do it.
Yep. So Conn is gone. Is there a way for me to remove him from the combat?
I will
There is.
remember. I will
Just
remember
delete.
you, Askelon, and Stas,
Yeah, right.
and Garm, as I make my way to the bitter reach. Stas had a dream. Stas had a dream.
So Conn's gone. We go back to Stas. Conn, you see Conn is like he's fades into the darkness. He's gone. What are you doing, Stas?
Trying to get out of there. Trying to run.
Okay, so that's you are at short range unless you do the same thing Conn did.
I'll do
Which
the
is
same thing. Yeah.
Use your fast action to get to long range. Then you're going to roll at a +1, which cancels the darkness modifier. So you're basically rolling your move.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
Gonna push?
Push.
No.
I mean, if I go, I'll be broke.
Yeah, I know. So push.
No.
oh no, Stas.
Okay, so Stas is still, but he's at least. Let's remove Conn entirely, and we'll put Stas at long range at least, and Garm.
Yeah.
And glance over your shoulder, you can still see Stas and Askelon, but you can't see Conn anymore.
He kind of good. And then I'll take a fast action and move to Askelon. Cover him again and prepare to shove him along again. Kind of
Retreating?
continue this. Yep. I'm continuing my rear guard formation. Get out of here.
Okay. And the dead. Give me a second here. All right. So they come back to Askelon and Garm. You're back at near range, right? And again, they're tromping towards you. They're in the camp now, right? Stomping on through the fire on the bedrolls that you hadn't had a chance to pick up yet. They're basically right in your face. And that's Askelon's turn.
Okay, I am going. I'm going to move on my fast action. I'm going to move back here.
Yep.
To get to Stas, and I'm going to cast Healing Hands on him.
Ah. You can see that Stas is hurting.
Yeah, I figure it's his agility.
Okay.
That's hurt. So
and you have healing
gonna,
3. What level spell is that?
It's rank 1, so I'm going to just cast it.
Safe cast it?
Yeah.
With 1 willpower?
Yeah.
And do you have your token or whatever it's called? Your
the ingredient is clay, so I don't. Yeah, unless there's some around here, I don't have
not
that.
in this instant, no.
Look, but it's only that. But I'd only heal 1, right? Because it just counts as 1.
I think it's I mean, if you don't want to roll, you would just get the power level. Yeah, you would heal them one point of damage, or you can not save cast it. Just saying.
Right.
Or use more willpower.
Well, if I use more willpower, I have to roll, right? Or not? Right. I don't think I could save cast it and put more willpower into it.
Is that true?
Is that correct? I don't know.
I think that's true. Because I think that's what makes half elves dangerous. Is you have to be rank 3 before you can safe cast rank 1 spells. I
but
think.
Then you could drop 2.
Yep.
You can opt to roll 1 die less for every point of difference. So you can actually...
You could do 2.
Yeah. If it's a rank 1, you could do power level 2 with safely.
Okay. I'll do that and give him back 2 points of agility.
By spending 2 willpower.
Right.
What does it look like, Wayne and Stas, as this happens?
I run back and I see him, crouching behind the rock. Or how are you hurt, Stas?
Stub my toe again.
Yeah, moving in the dark.
His foot.
Yeah.
All right. And I will reach down and just massage his foot, and there's just kind of a green glow.
What kind of game is this?
Yeah.
Green
well,
glow.
I'm not like doing pressure shiatsu whatever. I'm just rubbing his foot, and but it's a green glow, and it feels a lot better. And I say, now run.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Askelon, that's your turn, right? You've moved and you've cast a spell.
Right.
Back to Stas. Your foot feels better. You're still at short range with these things.
I'll run away.
Okay. So you're going to have 3 dice this time? Or are you going to continue to fall back? Or what was that?
So did you heal me for 2, Wayne? Yeah.
You did.
All right. Fantastic. Oh, I could keep click and move.
Yes. So Stas slips into the darkness. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm looking up one quick thing here. Okay. what is Garm going to do?
Garm keeps up the same. He moves adjacent to Askelon and then is going to kick him in the butt to get him to run away. Get out of here.
So he falls back to short range, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's look up one real quickly here. Okay. Is there a charge action? I know there is, but
Yeah, it's a slow action. Must be at near range and the melee charge talent.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to have it's a talent.
God damn you, D&D 3.0 for fucking everything up by preventing people from doing things they should be able to do, but if they don't have the feet, they can't do it.
It's a slow ass zombie. You can't charge yet.
Yep. So at this stage, I think it's inevitable that the two of you are going to get away based on how you can retreat, right?
Not the way I've been rolling, but maybe.
If you know what, fair enough, because you do have to roll, and there's always a chance you can break yourself and all that stuff.
Because I can't heal myself.
Yep, fair enough. So the dead advance. They're basically on your heels as you back up, Garm. You're kind of keeping them at that 10-foot range, right? Askelon has just helped Stas, who's run off into the darkness. So Askelon, you're going to try to get away yourself.
Yep.
And Garm kicks him in the butt to help him.
Not yet. And I didn't hear him say he moved back either.
I could do that afterwards.
You can, but it means you're at near, right? Doesn't it?
No, we were near, and then I moved to short, and then they come one closer, and then we moved back and forth. The question is, do I just keep doing this, or do I, if I push it, I could really F myself over. So I don't think I am going to push. So yeah, I guess you're right. You know, you can just have me make this roll a couple of times and see how long it takes, but I don't think they can catch us.
And Garm, you're not going to flee until Askelon goes. Is that right? So
Yep.
Wayne, yeah, let's have Wayne roll the dice until he sees if he can get away or not. Basically, right? So we'll consider it sort of short range. I think that's where you guys can get to,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So make that roll flat. -1 for darkness, +1 for Garm helping. Yep. So basically, you're either going to break yourself or you're going to get a.
Oh God!
For example,
no, I didn't break myself.
I know, but
I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna push.
So if that's the case, then there's no way for you to fail.
Right. I think what it comes down to is it's if I break myself after he's ran.
Yeah, that's actually the question, I guess.
Say that again, Garm.
So I think because eventually he'll succeed as long as he doesn't push himself. What it comes down to is whether Garm breaks himself after everybody else has left.
That's correct.
But I don't even know. Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's since we know Askelon can get away, let's just have Askelon get away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remove combatant. Come on, Askelon. Move him up here. So that would put, I think Garm is at short, near,
right.
as they keep advancing, right?
Yep.
And as Askelon goes, you would actually be at near.
Right.
Or would you be at short?
Well, then I'd move to short, then flee on the next
That's
turn.
right. You'd be at near, then you'd move to short. Okay, so now make your first flee attempt.
So this is at -1 or minus?
Because of darkness.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. So it's all down to this. Your friends are all gone. Mm-hmm. So this can happen.
Yep.
Because they're going to advance. You are stuck at that range now, right?
Well, I was at short.
Yep.
and they move to near.
All right, so I guess
And
the
then
only
I
way
move to
the
shore.
only way it can happen is if you do the
If I-
pushing thing.
If I break myself.
Yep.
But
All right,
so
so
then
what-
the next,
What is your agility now?
it went down to 3.
Goes down to 3. Okay.
Jeez.
Jesus. Don't push, man.
No, I'm not going to push that one.
So if you don't push, this is
Eventually,
where
I would.
I'm losing the plot here. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's
eventually
any
he
way
gets.
to
It doesn't
delete
matter.
away.
Eventually he gets away.
Yeah,
It's just like a
true.
game of
Yep.
Yeah, literally.
shift, roll. Then he gets away.
It would just be a situation. Well, and it would be a situation where eventually I could break myself with my agility, but then I would just take a. Wait, no, I wouldn't take a critical injury because it'd be breaking on a push, and then I could use my unbreakable orc talent to give myself all my agility points back. Spend a bunch of willpower and do it all over again.
All right, let's
Yeah.
not torture ourselves. Let's just say
right.
that Garm eventually gets away.
Yeah.
What you've done, though, I want you to look at your sheets and I want you to tell me what is not in your inventory anymore, because you were not able to pack up the camp.
My small tent's gone.
Yeah, so the 4 of you disappear into the night.
I don't think you should delete it. I think you should put it as drop because we
Yeah,
might be
yep.
able to circle back.
That's
And
correct. That's
yeah.
correct.
Just,
Don't
just
delete it.
drop it instead of equip it.
I think the rope is gone. I think the fishing hook and line is gone.
Conn, if you want to roll for your arrows, go ahead and do that. Ooh,
Makes sense. You
does
left a bunch in a dead body.
he did. So let's zoom out and talk big picture again for a second here. Activate the bring you all back. So you've just vacated your camp. It's now, getting towards the end of Q4, right? So it's plenty dark, as we've been describing. You guys are all sort of, I think, reconvened probably 100 yards from where you left and are a little bit breathless type of thing. But what would the intent be now? Like, are you trying to hide? Are you going to try to keep running to the east? What's the intention? Having left your stuff behind.
Can we not go like north and then maybe try to circle around behind them?
Yep, you can stay in the hex and just try to basically like flank them, evade them basically, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is I think what you're getting at.
I think that'd be good. At least from Garm's point of view, he'd like to get the tent back.
So someone can lead on a survival roll, and you guys can make that. I think you can find a good place to take cover.
I'd be rolling 6 dice.
Roll those dice.
Do I get Pathfinder here, Harrigan, or no?
What does it do for you? An extra die?
It does. But it allows me to, I think, go through hexes more than within a hex. It's up to you. I don't care.
Tell you what,
Let's see.
we're going to take one away for it being dark. So we'll give that to you and cancel it.
All right, cool.
Roll your 6 dice. And you did.
Nice.
All right. So over the next hour or so, you guys locate kind of a sheltered area beneath a big tree, and you put eyes on all of these restless dead who had shambled right through your camp, and they keep moving off this way, like that. So they're sort of following the river. They're clearly on the hunt for something, probably you guys. Who knows? But you have successfully evaded them by the end of the quarter. And they move off to the east.
Go back
Shambling
and check out the camp.
Yep, I think so. I'd like to. Garm would like to.
Okay. So about midnight, you roll back into the camp, and sure enough, your stuff is there. Was anything that you guys had on the ground, was anything delicate? Anything that you were not, you dropped from your inventory?
What do you mean by
Spyglass,
delicate?
Spyglass.
Oh, why, yes. Tell you what, if you find something in your inventory that would break if it was stepped on by an undead warrior, like the spyglass, roll a d6, don't get a 1. 1 will break it.
Bingo. Broken.
So I think it's still repairable, right, Sean? But it no longer works. Is that right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't think I can fix it out here, though.
No, it would have to be in a town where you'd have to have someone.
Right.
But Stas, describe finding your spyglass.
Where? Like in what? Like
It's at the camp.
Like there's
and
pieces of it everywhere.
There you go.
There's a part over there. Part over there. There's a. I don't know if a ruby elf gem would break or not, but yeah, one of those too.
Oh, that would not break by just being stepped on. But does Askelon know you have that? I forget.
No.
Roll a d6 to make sure it didn't like get kicked free and isn't just sitting out in the middle of the camp. Don't get a 1. I know you can get 2 1s in a row, Sean. I know you can.
I know I can.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
Good.
So you picked that up, and nobody else had anything that was kind of vulnerable? Okay.
Yeah, no, I got fishing hook and line.
Same.
Where does that leave you as Q4 is starting? Midnight.
Picking through the remains of our camp.
Yep.
2 of us are sleepy, right?
I'll be sleeping next quarter, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I thought this was the end of 4. Sorry.
It was, but 4 got interrupted. So anybody who
Right.
was sleeping didn't work.
Right.
So what's the plan? Do you
Go
start
set up
moving?
another camp.
Camp again?
Yeah. Reset up camp.
No.
Okay. So Q1 is going to be more resting, etc., right?
We seem to be on a thoroughfare.
It's right by the river. You do indeed. So who's keeping watch this time?
Need rest? I haven't done in rest yet.
I will, I guess.
Askelon staying up. Conn, are you practicing or are you going to do your...
No, I should probably rest.
Okay. So 3 of you are resting.
Do I need to set up camp, or are we just taking this camp over?
I think you can reuse the camp.
Okay. Then I
I don't
sleep.
think there's any... Yeah. So... 1 second.
Hey, my critical injury got better by a day.
Okay. So you after the this troop of soldiers, of undead soldiers, moves off to the east, you reset up the camp. A couple of you kind of, I would imagine the mood is not great. And you kind of huddle together while Askelon keeps watch, and it's quiet until dawn. So this quarter does pass. So let me do that. It is now Summerwayne the 13th. Q1, sun's coming up. Askelon, you're probably sleepy.
No, I slept previously, but I am, I've lost 2 will and 2 wits and 2 agility. So
Okay. Gotcha.
So if Askelon healed me, is my crushed foot done?
Oh, you had that the whole time too. I forgot about that. What was that doing for you, Sean? Like making it 2 dice harder to make move rolls or something, or
No, I couldn't do
slow action instead of a fast action. That's right.
Yeah. To run. apparently.
No, healing hands does not affect critical injuries.
Oh,
No,
then
I
Your
never
foot's,
can-
your foot's still hurting.
but it's lethal,
can
so it doesn't.
do mend
It's not
wounds,
lethal
though.
anymore.
Didn't he?
I think he healed the lethality
I did
part
heal
of it.
it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, so I could switch that to no.
I think he did heal lethality.
I did mend wounds on it earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the plan in Q1?
So were we able to sleep then again back in the fourth quarter?
Yep, three. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kevin. That was Q1, wasn't it? At
That's
the end
what I
of
had.
at the end of Q4, you hadn't slept, and the skeletons and the undead had just moved off. In Q1, Askelon kept watch, so wee hours of the morning. 3 of you rested. So by the time dawn rolls around, which is actually Q2, right? There we go. Move the clock.
Yeah.
Moved it too far.
So Askelon's going to sleep. Or do you not need to yet?
I don't need to sleep yet. I do, resting wouldn't be bad, but we could also hit the road and I could rest later if we want to do that.
Yeah, because you slept not that many quarters ago, right? In the last day, you did rest.
I slept in the second or
Yeah.
third quarter of the.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, let's get moving.
So Q2.
Yeah,
Q2
they're ahead
first.
of us. They're ahead of us. Do we wait a bit? They're right ahead of us. Like we're going to run back into them.
Right.
I think we should go. I mean, it's tough. We could go
That's
north.
That's the
the
elves.
Well, it's that or we catch up to the undead and the
Or we wait.
freaking colossus.
Wait a quarter.
More
I don't
waiting.
know.
Go across. The
I don't
river.
know. No, remember there was the tree with the things dangling off at the. Didn't we see that? No,
Yeah.
we're not crossing the river. How are we going to get across? We have no boat.
Swim.
We're not
We don't
swimming.
have shit to take with us. Just swim across.
What do you? We got a tent.
Got
Stop
my,
it.
got my dagger in my teeth. I'm fine.
Come on.
Stas has now lost his hatchet. He's lost his
Shake it off,
spyglass.
Stas. Shake it off.
Just hanging out in the middle of nowhere with nothing.
No, we're going to get to the bitter reach. All
We've
right,
got
let's
bacon.
get.
Oh, you know
Let's
what?
get-
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go
join
back
the Brush
home.
Brothers.
I'm gonna
Game
go-
over, man.
I'm gonna go back home. I don't know if this is a good idea anymore, guys.
The Forbidden Lands of his broken hip.
Yeah.
Is broken.
Stas.
Broken man.
We really
No.
don't have a choice. We can't go north. We can't go west. We can't go.
You can go in all
south.
these directions.
No.
So
Press on. Press on. I'll get us there, Stas. I'll get us there.
We wanted the boats. The boats were the key. Now we don't have the boats. And that stupid village has attracted the Rust Brothers and the orcs. We should have just kept going with those boats. Everybody
we-
has brought difficulty. Anybody we've catered to, woman in the boat, the village. If we were just minding our own business, being rogues and raiders, we'd be there by now. If we were just selfish, it would be just that much easier. I'm telling you, it's got to be just all for us from here on out. No stupid distractions.
All right, let's get moving then.
We could
Which way do we go?
We just got
try
to
to
go
loop
east. And
north. Or do we
North?
try to go east?
I thought the elves are up in the
Yep.
north.
the elves are north.
Yeah.
Where they've got
If you
at
thi-
least
if you're
a quarter
sure that
day
you
ahead of
can-
us.
Yeah.
We'll go east one more hex. And then if we need to, then we'll go north. But we'll go one more hex there. They've got a quarter day ahead of us, and we'll go slow.
Send those stupid dead into the elven
Scout.
kingdom then. The elves. Have them
do
deal with
that.
them.
that's where they're headed.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's do. You can. I'm confident that you can guide us and not have us, run up on the undead.
Okay, so the idea is to go here, right?
Correct.
And forgive me for there was a bunch of weather things that popped up. I was trying to get the clock adjusted correctly for our date. It's overcast today, and there is light drizzle that's starting in the morning as you're packing up your camp.
And the weather sucks.
Yep, weather does suck.
It's just a shower, man.
52 degrees, so it's cool.
God,
You pack everything up.
freezing.
Who's keeping watch while Conn leads the way?
I think I can.
Okay. Can you complain and keep watch at the same time?
Yeah,
I think you can.
I can do that. I'm my multitasker.
He's done it for
Yes.
years.
No problem at all.
But I've been doing the whole time.
So let's have Conn do the lead the way roll. We haven't done one of those like all night long, even though Phil was like, "We're going to make progress tonight." This is the first hex you've moved. That. Were you successful?
Yes, sorry, Harrigan.
No, it's all right. That's right. I'm doing something else while you're rolling. All right. So leads the way successfully. I will tell you this: as you cross into this hex here, you can picture there are these rows of trees and those poles we talked about that were like the fence line, the warning. They're not consistent. It's not like there's miles and miles of those things, but you see them from time to time. And as you cross into this, go to the northeast, and you know what? Let me actually uncover the map. That'll make it clearer for you guys what I'm about to describe here. I want brush tool. Yeah, there we go. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll get this all revealed.
To the north.
Thought I'd get it revealed. Sometimes this thing doesn't work properly. It's not letting me drag tonight for some reason. Yeah, weird. I have to click the circle thing. There we go. I'll just kind of do it as fast as I can here.
Woods to the north of us.
Swamp.
Is that what that is? To the north? Swamp?
No. To the south.
Oh,
The marshland, I believe.
yeah, we're not going in there.
Marsh and sort of delta, lots of islands, lots of fens. Yep.
I need to get that gem from the
Oh,
Saurians.
Askelon, are you kidding? Seriously?
I'm not kidding. What I would do for one of those, and to get that elf gem back.
So sorry. I wish I had a better marker where I could show you, but you guys can see my cursor, right?
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you follow where my cursor is, the border, where the elves were clearly saying don't come further north than this with those, it cuts right down to the water right here.
Jesus Christ.
So it's basically saying if you're on land on this side of the river, you are on the northern side of where those warning totems are. And you see that as you proceed into this hex, of course, where you're like, oh, they're getting closer into the water. They're getting closer to those things are on the water now as you're up in here. So, Stas, you were keeping watch, right?
Yeah.
Let's do one quick thing. Do this. Okay.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Everything's fine. Okay. I would like Stas to make me his scouting roll.
Okay.
Ouch.
Two damage, one success.
Dice have gone cold.
Not
So
enough
you were
rest tonight.
you were successful.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I would describe it as being overcast and sort of drizzly. There's a little bit of fog going on as well. Stas, you're keeping a lookout as you know. You guys are all sort of getting a little nervous as you see what side of this picket line that you're now on. But from the mist, you see some figures. You think down towards the river as you guys are moving, because I think you're still probably, correct me if I'm wrong, you're probably not traveling up here. You're probably keeping down here close to the river, right? As you've kind of been the whole time. And you hear some sounds too. You hear some almost like a clucking sound. Like someone's tongue. If you can hear that through my microphone, which you probably can't. But there's some clicking, clucking kind of unusual sounds. And the mist is thick enough down by the water that you can't even tell. Are these human figures? Don't know. There's something moving in the mist, though. Might be coming your way. What does Stas do, per se?
I point it out to the rest of the crew and say, look at that. We should get out of here. Let not attract this thing. Whatever's there. Boot scoot out of here.
And what do the four of you, or the other three of you do?
Probably
Guess
smart.
falls.
But do you go like, are you trying to go directly away from it? North?
Do we circle north?
What do you do? How do you avoid what's coming from the south?
Go northeast.
I
So
think we
basically,
cut through the middle
hurry
of
on
the
your way.
hex.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, terrain is not rough, so you guys can actually get a second hex in this quarter, right? So you could go here, potentially. Okay, I'd like Conn to make me another lead the way roll. If you fail this roll, it'll probably be because you didn't escape whatever was in the mist. It would have seen you. If you make it, you can carry on forward.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to use my, what talent is it again? Path of the Forest, and use a willpower point to lead the way successfully.
Got it. All right. So whatever was in the mist, you leave behind.
Beauty.
And let me drop in an extra tile here to show where you've been.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes they just don't want to move.
Yeah, I got all kinds of weird behavior going on with this thing. It won't. Usually, you can use shift and drop it exactly where you want to, right? But wasn't doing that. Now it has. So, just generally flaky. But I need to make another roll here. Stand by. And this is, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm sorry, I've been off on the quarters tonight. This is Q2, so, but it'll take us to the end of Q2, the beginning of Q3, right?
Right. That's what I have. I should say.
Yep, I think that's right.
So just FYI, I'm gonna have to sleep soon.
You mean Wayne, or do you mean Askelon?
Well, Askelon is what I was talking about, but that is also true.
Yeah.
Wayne isn't close to just passing out from 1 point of will reduction or whatever. Wits reduction.
Is Stas the one who's still keeping watch?
Yep. Think.
Okay.
I mean, down 2 dice, but whatever.
I need 1 minute here.
So my scouting roll is going to be 3 dice.
Oh, anyone else?
If
That's what
anybody else.
mine is.
Yeah, I'll just do it then.
That's what mine will be because of my wits being damaged.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, if I fail, I'll break.
You push, right?
Yeah.
I can keep watch. At least I can have a chance of making
Okay.
more than one roll.
Let me do this. Again, kind of gray, getting mistier. Let me clear off the fog on the map here.
So Stas, you want me to keep watch?
That's up to you. If you get wits to spare.
I got 3 more points left.
Okay. Knock yourself
Right.
out.
All right.
Man, these tools tonight are brutal. All right. You guys, have I uncovered about the right amount?
Yeah.
Oh,
so.
boy. What
Ruh-roh.
is that? Uh-oh. What is that?
That is something to be circumvented. That's what that is.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, we need
would like
your
a chance
beer.
to
We need
buy
Maybe we could get a
if
boat.
there
pair
is-
of underwear.
Stas,
If there
work
is
your
sign
magic.
of life, we don't go near it.
Come
I
on,
would
you're a
No.
peddler. This is
What?
your whole job to go in.
Yeah, you got to get. I'm naked. We need some.
Stas, you got to get your confidence back here. Yeah, exactly. Askelon's butt naked running around. He needs some pants at least.
It's just a huge, and you know what that's on there? You shoot bow and arrow, don't you? There, Conn, right?
Yeah, I do.
You
I
ever
could use
seen
some
them
more
stupid
arrows.
targets of bullseyes, right? That's what's
Yeah.
on that big bullseye. Anything that comes is like, look at us. Oh, we want to shoot ourselves right into the bullseye. So does everybody else. We could check it out, but if there's anything there, I tell you what, and even if there's nothing there, somebody else is going to check out that bullseye. They're going to take a shot at it. Mark my words.
What happened to you?
So
My foot hurts.
So as you've moved along, and again, you are still. You know what? This is not true. Let me give you a couple of more details. If you could see my mouse again, kind of sort of hovering along, right? I mentioned that the border that appeared to have been established with those elven totems kind of cut down to the water. It now actually does one of these. It goes right up this way.
Oh,
So you guys have crossed onto what you think is the better side of that fence line. But you are doing this arguing about it's misty, it's rainy, this thing is a couple of miles away, right? So you can tell there's a structure. In fact, it might be a settlement. It looks like is that a wall? It's difficult to tell because of the weather. Who was it that made the scouting roll?
I hadn't yet.
Okay, so make me a scouting roll now, and we'll see what happens.
Oh my god!
You made it.
Look at that.
You made it.
My dice actually have the little 6s on them.
So it's rare that I read these word for word, but I think I'll read this one. It happens almost imperceptibly. At first, all sounds die down, and the only thing that you can hear is your own small talk. And of course, we just cover what that small talk was, whether you're going to approach this building or village that you can see, etc. Right? Then you get the feeling that the hair on the back of your neck rises up as if the air is filled with some strange energy. Finally, you see it. And this is really Askelon that sees it first. The rest of you are kind of distracted. You see it, the crimson mist, slowly flowing above the ground towards you. The blood mist.
I'm gonna say it's back. The blood mist is back. Is it around us already?
Do we want to cut here? Are we too early to cut? What do we want to do? I'm okay to go another half an hour, whatever you guys want to do, but we can also.
I mean, that's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a good
Open
spot.
to the blood mist.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm
Stas
gonna
just
say-
lays down. Fine.
I'm going to say to you, Wayne, to answer your question just immediately, it's difficult to tell because it's overcast, rainy, foggy, so it's hard to tell exactly where it is. Like, next when we continue, we can get into where you're seeing it, but it might be all around you for all you know. You're not sure.
What quarter is this?
End of the second quarter.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's disconcerting.
that's right.
Blood mist in the day.
Mm-hmm.
More of those sisters around.
Once again,
Oh.
starting like I
Uh.
began, naked and afraid.
We got to make that. We got to make that settlement.
I don't think we
Hogwarts,
want to go there.
Stas. No.
And-
Oh,
Well, okay, all right. In my mind, I'm seeing that blood mist flow out of the
That's-
settlement. Is that the
Oh,
case, or is
oh.
it just?
Do we want to continue for a little bit? Or want to cut it here? Which do we want to do?
I can do either.
Me too. I'm not on the Eastern
Tell you
zone.
what, let's play for 5 or 10 minutes because there's actually there's a resolution we're supposed to get to here around
Okay.
where the blood mist is and whatnot. If you make the roll, which you did, you all have to make separate move actions to get somewhere safe. So it's all around you.
Oh Jesus!
It is all around you.
Move actions.
What
Great.
you have to do is, and we'll see how good the move actions are, as whether you can either like get to a tree and get out of it, but it's low lying, right? Or whether you were just trying to try to run forward and try to outpace it. So let's go ahead and make our rolls and see all 4 of you.
All right.
What are we doing? Are we running for the town? Are we going to climb up some trees?
Yeah.
Oh, like we make the roll first. Got it.
I can't
Yeah.
push everybody.
Push it,
else.
Stas.
I'm trying.
Did anyone not make it after pushing? Garm.
I did not.
Oh,
uh-oh.
Which makes some sense with his foot, right?
I thought it healed the foot. It's not. It didn't heal the foot.
Does he still have the slowness, or is the whole critical injury gone?
What do you mean?
I thought I healed it last time, but maybe I didn't.
I thought you couldn't heal critical injuries.
No, not with the healing hand spell. But I thought last time I did, but maybe I didn't.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. I thought we had resolved that.
Well,
I
it's
had,
not.
but
It may not be lethal, but do I still have a crushed foot?
okay. So if I
Healing
cast
time
Mend
is-
Wounds,
Healing
it
time is 3
removes a
days.
critical injury.
Oh, it
Okay,
does.
so your critical injury's gone. Then it's healed.
Oh, well, let me take that shit off then. Still, it doesn't matter to my rolls.
It's just your action. That's just the action it takes. Okay.
That's
Just-
right.
It limits me to slow, so it doesn't penalize me roll wise.
All right, so let's play for just a minute here, then, if you guys are okay with it, and then we'll continue. So, 3 of you can see, when Askelon points it out, it's like a ring around you, like literally, like you can see it kind of coalescing out of the fog, where before it was just this low lying sort of silvery gray, but then there's these tendrils of red that like have crawled up into the fog and are like turning it all red, and it's coming in around you. The clearest way for the 3 of you that managed to evade it, so Askelon, Garm, and Conn, is directly forward. So you run due northeast towards that structure, towards that village or whatever it is, and you actually slip out of it. So the redness, the blood part of this fog kind of thins and then is past you. Stas, you've run in the wrong direction, and I need you to make me an insight roll. Straight up insight, like a saving throw.
Oh, and it's wits.
Tell me if you fit.
That's fantastic. Might as well push it.
Before you push it, let me.
Too late.
Okay, you didn't hurt yourself. No. So you take 1 point of damage to empathy. And Stas is struck by these tremendous feelings of like homesickness, of like, just like what you were saying a moment ago, like, why the fuck are we out here? Yeah. What are we doing? So the other
I want to go home and reevaluate my life.
Yes.
Good foreshadowing there, Sean.
Yep. The other three of you, come to a kind of a panting stop from running and turn back, and you can see that there's this bloody, weird, like tenderly redness in this one spot of the mist that you just emerge from, and you don't see Stas. He's not with you.
I'm going home.
So Stas, while they talk, let's have you make another move roll if you're trying to still escape from the mist.
Okay. All right. Okay, I succeed.
All right.
Finally.
And yes. So billowing out of this thing comes Stas running, but his face is pale. It's ashen. And Stas, you have this, like, you are now unsure at all. Like, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, what are we doing out here? Like, that's not hard for me to rationalize. What are we doing out here? You guys, what are we doing out here?
Just got out of the mist.
This is we shouldn't be out here. We should go home.
Looks like there's some houses that way.
Yeah. I think that's the safe place.
I already went over this, and I think it's even a worse idea now.
You ran the opposite way, and bad shit happened to you. We all ran towards it, and we are fine.
We can't go back. The Rust brothers are back there. The elves are to the north. We have to continue forward. It's the only option. Come on, the mountain's getting hard, but you'll get your old ass up it soon enough. Come on.
There's no place like home. Yeah. There's no place like home.
Yeah, how you getting there? How you getting there?
Walking. I don't care.
Which direction?
We're all gonna die out here. It's obvious. All the odds are stacked against us. You just said it yourself. There's this over there. There's them over there. There's them over there. We're all done. We're all done. You're gonna go into that.
We don't know what's ahead.
What is that? What is that? Is that a house?
We don't know yet.
Is that a village?
Looks like some kind of walled settlement.
Yeah,
like
you know what's there. You know what's there?
Safety.
Dude.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
If you had a spyglass, you could probably get a better look at it, but
broken.
I don't have anything at this point. I am dressed as Sean in the middle of the Forbidden Lands with my sweatpants and t-shirt on. Like, that's it. I'm rocking and rolling, baby.
Grab him by the scruff of the neck, Garm. Grab him by the scruff.
Come on.
And we're going straight ahead.
This is not necessary.
His feet are like...
All right, you guys.
Garm grabs him, but as soon as Conn turns, he lets go. Like,
it's all signs of why we shouldn't be out here. We had a camp, everything was fine. We go down the river, we run into River's Net, it's fine. They're gonna get invaded. There's a Rust brother, even at the beginning with the woman, Rust brothers. Then it was orcs. Then it was Griffin. Then it was
too late to
village.
stop now.
It was overrun. We didn't get out of there in time. The orcs came out, and then the Rust brothers caught up with the village. Then, no, we have to run into the woman that's in a boat, and she's filled with the bubonic plague. Oh yeah, that's great. And since we're infested, we got to go back to the village. Oh, but we can't now because the village has been invaded by Rust brothers. But not only that, but they animated the Walking Dead. Great, fantastic. And then that stupid thing that walked through near us that could have squashed all our heads. And then the Walking Dead the Living Dead came through. It's all signs, man. We got to get out of here. Like, there's not even a big world and everything's coming down on us right here. That's bad juju. We got to go home. You'll thank me. You'll thank me in the morning.
Garm, while all this is going on, you glance back, and that mist is coming towards you. It is advancing.
And never forget, and don't forget about this stupid mist over here. Oh,
Yep. Keep going.
there's somewhere that somebody is
a
knocking
little
on your
faster.
head.
Walk and
Con,
talk.
No,
Yes.
maybe a
not
jog.
Walk and
getting
talk.
the
Yeah.
hint.
Lead the way to this. Con leads the way to this
You're gonna
place
go
for
here?
next game. Oh yeah.
Do you want to try to do it now, or you want to do that next game?
Can we
Let's
find
do it
out
next.
if it's actually a settlement, like
Sure. So let's lead the way now then.
just to
Yeah,
see if there's anything there?
In the gloom and the rain and everything else, you're gonna have to get up pretty close to it before you really realize what it is.
Let's go there.
Okay, so you're gonna do lead the way to here,
Is this third quarter then?
and this is the beginning of the third quarter. Yeah.
It's okay. I'll use a willpower point.
You almost got lost.
No, I didn't. I knew exactly where we're going.
No, you were going to
Almost
go
like
that
no
way.
problem.
Look at that.
Stas.
Yeah, let's not go into the thistle bushes over there.
Look, we're here. All right.
All right.
Just give it a look. See for
All right.
man. This is
I can't see anything.
Unbelievable.
I'm not good at it
Unbelievable.
anymore. I'm handicapped.
unbelievable.
So have Askelon make sure he doesn't
Sudden glaucoma onset. Come
see
on.
anything. It's this mist, man. It's driving me crazy.
Give me 2 seconds to get the hexes cleared, and then we'll wrap up here.
There is no other way to go but forward.
No, we could go back the way we
So
came. We have a
what?
path.
River Snit is done.
We'll go right through there. They'll be gone.
You don't know.
Right through the
You don't
Rust
know.
Brothers.
That
Right
thing
through the
will
Rust
be
Brothers.
an obliterated,
No.
obliterated
No.
landscape. It'll be
No,
gone.
if you can't go forward, we have to part ways.
Those Rust Brothers aren't going to hang around there. They're after us and everybody else in this region. They're not going to hang out in that village.
Yeah, they're still coming right up behind us.
Well, yeah, that's why we need to go around them and get out of Dodge. Like if we circumvent them, they'll
elves.
keep going. Double
Gosh,
back.
you are infuriating.
I'm telling you, you're going to thank me when you're alive in like 30 days. You're going to go, Stas, I'm so glad I listened to you.
All right. First half of Q3, so early afternoon in the rain. That mist that Garm noted is not like it's like coming, at breakneck speed, but it's crawling your way for sure. So you head off to the northeast. Conn has no problem leading you towards what looks like, as you get closer and closer to it, it's not as big as Riversnet. It looks like maybe it's an outpost. Might be a couple of buildings with a bit of a perimeter wall around it, kind of thing. Looks like in fact, as you get closer, it looks like a much more recent construction. Remember that Riversnet looked like it was built on top of something much older, kind of perhaps an elven city or something like that, or an elven settlement. This looks like it's been thrown up probably by humans after the blood mist receded. So it's maybe a few years old. It is, however, very quiet. And as the four of you approach within, a couple 100 feet, 100 feet, 50 feet, being kind of careful, there is a gate that is normally you can tell closed. I shouldn't call it a gate. It's a large wooden door, and that door is smashed to fucking pieces. And it's very quiet. And this is where we will stop.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.